Hey guys, what's going on? Henry. In this video I'm going to talk about taking care of your workers and making beer. So if you watched the last video, you should have two lodging homes and one residence here in Velia, and maybe you have your workers out doing particular tasks. You should have 4 workers at this point. It doesn't really matter what they are right now. And we're going to be able to put them to work on things that we can use now. So if we go to our map, there's a couple nodes close by in Velia, 3 in particular that I use. There's Lagoia Farm, Bartali Farm, and Toscani Farm. So if you go ahead and invest in these nodes, you'll find one of them has potatoes. Potatoes is what we're going to use to make beer, and I'll explain that next. So let's make sure we have our workers making the things that we need for beer. And that's going to be potatoes, corn, wheat,
Any type of grain.
any type of grain really. But that's kind of what we're going for, especially at the early stages. We want beer. And beer is important because you use that to feed your workers, and if your workers have stamina, then they can keep going. You can find your workers' stamina by going to your worker list, and then you'll see they have this little yellow bar right here. That would be their stamina. When that stamina runs out, they'll stop working. So you're going to need to recover that, and you can recover it with beer, because that's the only thing they sustain life from. So once your workers are working on these particular resources that I listed, they'll bring them back here to your storage, and you'll check your storage in that city. I can find I have potatoes here, I have corn here, and I have wheat. I don't think there's wheat around Velia. I brought this from Heidel, but I'm about to start making beer, so I brought it over just so you guys could see. So I have about 500 of each. That's a good start. So now we're going to go to making the rest of the beer. We're getting the stuff for it. So in Velia, you can go up here to the NPC button, and you will find the cooking NPC icon, and you're going to go ahead and head towards that. If you have these homes here, it's convenient because the cooking, vendor is right next to your house. So it's very time saving as far as traveling. So this little door right here, down below, it'll open up, and now you can get into this room, and here you'll find the cooking NPC. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to shop, and you're going to buy these Balanos traditional cooking utensils. You can buy 1 for now, you can buy 2, just whatever you feel like you need. I would recommend just getting 1 or 2 right now. You need at least 1. And then you need to buy leavening agent. I usually buy them like a couple thousand at a time, just because they're so cheap and you're going to get through them pretty quickly. I'm just going to buy 1,000 leavening agent. I'm going to buy another 1,000 sugar. So sugar, leavening agent, and then you're going to scroll down and you're going to find mineral water. And for this one you want to buy a little bit heavier on. You use this one a lot quicker than you use the other ones. So I'm going to buy 3,000 mineral waters. So that's pretty much all the things that you're going to need. It's really cheap. You just need your grains, sugar, leavening agent, and mineral water. Now we're going to head to our house. So as soon as you leave, if you bought the home that I suggested, you'll go up the stairs here, and then right there's your house. It'll be inside this little walk up here. And you go up to your door, you press R, and you should be in your home. And we're going to go into place mode, where we'll be able to take these cooking utensils that we just bought. We'll be able to place them in our house. So I click on one, and I'll just place it here. You can adjust it, put it in however you'd like. I want mine to be against the wall. There we go. And I'll put the other one down. There we go. Quick place mode, and here's our cooking stations. So you walk up one of these and you'll interact with it, and you'll get this here. You'll have a list of some of the things that you have knowledge to make. If you don't have knowledge to make them, you can still make them. I have beer here, and it'll tell me what it is I need to make it. If you don't have this, you can still make it. So to make beer, you need the 4 ingredients. We're going to go to any one of our grains, whether it be corn, potatoes, or wheat, and we're going to right click, we're going to enter them in, and we're going to enter in 5 of the grain. So 5 corn, 5 potato, 5 wheat. Next, mineral water. You need 6 of these. So we'll enter 6 here. And then we go to our leavening agent. Leavening agent we need 2. And sugar we need 1. So you'll have your 4 ingredients here. They'll be listed. You make sure they're correct, 5, 6, 2, 1. Then we'll do continuous production. And it'll ask you, place enough ingredients for 1 batch, and you'll make 1 batch. But because we press continuous, we'll make 1, and we will continue to make them. So beer's nice in a couple of ways. It's a very, very useful commodity, and you can make some money off of it. Everyone in the game is going to need it if you have workers, which you will, but you need that to feed them. Currently, beer is the #1 sold commodity in the marketplace, so it's always going to be in demand. There's been 316 million beers sold, and they sell for about $1,000 a pop. So if you mass produce beer and sell it, you can put them in stacks of 500, and you make about 500,000 from that, from each batch. You're going to need them to feed your workers, keep them going, and this is going to also level up your cooking life skill. As this goes up, your cooking life skill, for each batch that you do, you're going to be making more beer. So right now I'm at Apprentice 10. Every batch of beer I do, I end up getting about 3 beer. So we'll see, I'm about to finish here, I'm at 78, and I went to 81. So I'm making about 3 beer per batch. So every time I make one, I'm making about 3,000 silver. Once you have your beer, I'm going to stop this. You guys get the idea. Once you have your beer, you can just right-click it here, and it'll bring up your worker list. And you can do recover all, confirm, and it'll use as much beer as it needs to make sure all your workers are full stamina. The beer goes up by like, let's see, what is it? Beer goes up for +2 stamina, so you might have some instances like here with this goblin. It still has a little bit of a gap. That's just because he probably only has 1 more energy to go up, and because it's a +2, it won't waste a beer to give him just 1. So it'll be, I guess, efficient with how much beer it actually needs to use. So I hope that was helpful. Once you have your beer, you can feed your workers and keep going to make more, or you can just turn around and sell it. So it's up to you. If you watch the previous video and you have your workers going, maybe they didn't make necessarily enough potatoes or corn to make the beer that you need just to feed them, you can always buy some from the marketplace. Or what you can do, there's a little bit of way around it if you're just not picky about what type of workers you have right now. If you're not picky about what type of workers you have right now, you can go to your worker list and you can just select them and you can fire them when they're not working. And then you can come back to this guy and you can just get more workers for 5 energy, and they'll have full stamina, and you don't have to purchase any beer. You can just cycle through new workers and then firing the old ones, and that's a good way to, I guess, save some money if you don't want to buy beer just yet. You just want to wait till you can make it yourself. So yeah, That's about it. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the Discord. But that's how you make beer and manage your workers.